Welcome to Coastal Foraging with Craig Evans again. We're in a lovely sunny day in West Wales, and today's video is about a radio broadcast which was done with the lovely Mariclare Carey-Jones back at the end of last year. It was broadcast on Radio Wales, I think it was in February time. There's some decent footage on this, and I've actually added some underwater footage of some fish I took last summer. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you later.
Closer to home now, and the Welsh coastline is popular with tourists, walkers and surfers. But as well as providing beautiful views and a place to exercise, our coasts are also a good source of food all year round. That's why Craig Evans runs coastal foraging courses 12 months a year along the coastline between Pembrey in Carmarthenshire and St David's in Pembrokeshire. He invited Mariclare Carey-Jones to join him for some seasonal produce.
This area is particularly good for wild garlic. It's covered with garlic in the springtime, and at the time of the year we are now, there's no traces on the surface. But because I know where they are, we're going to randomly dig. We're using the bulb today, but with wild garlic in particular, you can eat all of the plant.
So it looks like where you're digging now, we've got one coming.
That's it. This time of year, some of them got a brown covering, but normally they're white. But the test is, if you break it and smell it.
Oh, that definitely smells of garlic.
We're on this hedge bank now, overlooking the coast, and we've come across a nice succulent winter vegetable. It's actually called navelwort or pennywort. To me, it tastes like a cross between mange tout and cucumber.
Really nice.
It grows in damp places, in church walls, hedgerows. It's best at this time of year, up until about February, March.
I never realised it was edible before.
Oh, delicious, yeah, very common. Right, this now is sea radish, the yellow flowers. Got a root you can eat, but I think the best bit to eat is the actual seed capsules.
What's this red plant here?
This plant now is something called bittersweet, and they call it bittersweet because if you wet them, first of all they'd have a nice sweet taste, then they'd be bitter, and if you eat enough, you'd be dead.
So we have to be careful then when we're out foraging?
Very careful. Identify what you're eating 100%.
So how long have you been doing foraging?
Well, informally since I was about 6. What I love about it is you're out in the fresh air. There's various places you can go, and basically I've got about 150 miles of coastline to play with, all different habitats, different species, different plants, different seaweeds. To me, when I'm rummaging about on a rocky shore with stones and rock pools, I turn over the stones, remembering to put them back, and I feel it's like doing a scratch card, because when you lift one up, you never know what you're going to get.
And what sort of reaction do you get from people on your courses when you're showing them all those hidden things under the rocks?
Oh, the reaction is really why I do it, because they're in awe of what it is to find on the shore, and in Wales in particular. Get people coming from all over the world, really. It gives me great pleasure, showing off what we have in Wales to the rest of the world.
Well, we've now walked around the bay a bit and we're on the beach itself.
On the rocks in front of us, there's a few things. Barnacles. We've got some dog whelks which feed on the barnacles. But the reason I brought you here is to see this particular type of seaweed, which is pepper dulse. Doesn't grow much bigger than this. About an inch, very branchy and fern-like. You can tell me what you think the flavour is like, okay?
Quite salty, as you'd imagine. It reminds me of something, but I can't put the finger on what it tastes like. Almost like a mushroomy kind of...
You're not far off, because pepper dulse, it's got a strong garlic flavour, a bit of a kick of a chilli, but most people get truffle, also known as sea truffle.
But obviously a lot cheaper than truffles because we're foraging.
And nicer, and it's in the fresh air, you get a free walk as well. If you look down below our feet, you can see sand, which is quite smooth. And that's where the sand is washed up and churned up by the waves. So that means that no clams or anything will live under that, because the sediments aren't stable. But where I'm standing now, you see a ripple effect. Now that ripple effect means that the sands are quite stable, and it's enough for worms and creatures to live underneath. So just go down now, we'll just have a little rummage. There's a cockle straight away. So the thing is, we'll go towards the headland and we'll get some of these on the way back, because when you're coastal foraging, it's really important that you follow the tide out, get to the area at low tide, and then forage your way back. That'll stop you getting cut off by the tide.
So we're now up to our ankles in the sea, picking the mussels off the rocks.
It's not a very good low tide today, but sufficient for us to get some of the nice big mussels. They grow quite fast here because of the good food in the bay.
Craig, what are we going to do with all of this now?
First of all, we're going to stir fry some of the sea vegetables. We'll have steamed cockles, mussels.
And we're not going back to your kitchen to do this. We are cooking them here on the beach.
And there you go.
It just tastes amazing. I can't believe this is all food we foraged today along the coast.
Mariclare Carey-Jones sampling the delights on offer along our shores. That's it for this week from me, Caroline Evans, and the Country Focus team. Thanks for listening. You can hear Country Focus every Sunday morning on BBC Radio Wales at 7 o'clock. Thanks for listening.
Well, thank you for coming along, and I hope you enjoyed that, and many thanks to Mariclare Carey-Jones and Radio Wales for that exciting broadcast. If you'd like to come along on a course or find out any further information, you visit my website www.coastalforaging.co.uk, or my Facebook account, Coastal Foraging with Craig Evans, or my YouTube account, Coastal Foraging with Craig Evans again, and Instagram, Coastal Foraging with Craig. There's plenty of information on there, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.